Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw dynamic poses. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpie. But you know what? This is just about working on our poses, so don't worry about what we do or don't. Let's just follow all the way through. Don't skip through. I'm going to just work on some body poses, and we're going to see where we go from here, okay? So let me see if I can maybe get a sharper pencil too, or a darker pencil, so we can see where we go from here. All right, how about an HB? So what I'm going to do is play around with some body shapes and just show you what I think is a more dynamic pose. So you can do like, you know, your normal person standing, just like normal. And this is what I usually do. This is how I start. I draw the barrel chest, then the waist, and then where the legs would be, you know, and then that's basically getting your pose in of the human shape, right? That's just standard, blah, no big deal. What you want to do is you want to have more fun. You got to kind of think of like, how would I, you know, come up with something a little crazier? And I kind of, you know, think of like a hunched over person. And again, I'll do the same thing. So I'll start with like a barrel chest. Think of how they would hunch over. There's the spine. There's the top of the pelvis. The legs are kind of out like this. And you kind of think of where they're going to go and how they're going to be facing. And then you got more of a, this arm is back behind, but you can't see because it's behind the chest. So all you can see is the forearm. So this one's going to be like this. I'm going to bring this one out. The hands will be like that. You kind of think of a dynamic pose for them. Just kind of put them in crazy positions. You know, I used to want to be a concept artist, and a lot of the idea is you want to make an awesome silhouette. And so it's also because this guy's hunched over. Look how we're gonna bend his stomach right there, and then bend him back like that. Okay, so this part's almost like out, and this one's gonna be like this. So this is more of a dynamic pose of an action pose, you know, trying to think of where you can put your character in a setting that's more of it's a top view, you know, no doubt it's a top view compared to this. This is a straight on view, but you got more of a dynamic pose. And here, that's where I'll stick in with the Sharpies. I'm not going to add detail, but I'm just going to kind of show you that now we'll kind of come in and we're going to add some muscular detail here. And you've got more of a dynamic pose, a more what's going on, you know, a little, you know, as opposed to just, you know, this guy is more in action, like he just saw everything explode and he's trying to figure out what to do next, as opposed to, you know, the other guy just kind of standing around. But again, like I said, it also changed the positioning, and now we're looking at a top view versus just a straight on view. And this guy was just standing there, you know, not doing anything specific, just waiting for the explosion, I guess, you know. And this is also something you need to practice too. Something you need to work on is shapes. That's it. Don't worry about the detail. Look, I didn't draw one eye or anything like that. You just basically got to work on your shapes. And then from here, you can add the detail to make it look, you know, like it's standing, or like it's got the detail that you want to add. So if you notice too, like, look at that. I'm not even drawing all the detail of the leg. I'm just kind of giving the placement of this is where this is going to go, and then I'll add the detail later. So things like that, more of a dynamic, you know, positioning is better than just standing straight or just standing and looking straight at you. You know, like if I got a person just standing here, sometimes it counts. It calls for that. Sometimes it's like you just need that stoic standing and you don't want to go any crazier. You know, that's all you need. And it makes sense, you know? But in that same, you know, straightforward position, we'll do something like this. If I do straightforward at you, and basically, like here, I took a higher straight up view. Here, I'm going to go for more of the straight angle. Like this is a high shot camera angle up here like this. This is a camera angle straight at you like that. So, you know, if you think about things like this, you can come up with cool, you know, fighting positions or more dynamic poses to make your character stand out, and start to practice, you know, how you can pose your characters or pose your whatever you're drawing to, you know, give it a little bit more. Now see, that's off too. This should be a lot lower too, now that I think about it. So I'm gonna put that down here. But, you know, more of a dynamic straight at you pose than just standing there like that. And sometimes it calls for that. Sometimes you just want the character just standing there stoic and just looking at you, you know. But like for you guys, a lot of times we're trying to do some stuff that's just, it's more, you know, you want dynamic action, you know. You want to grab the attention of whoever's looking at your stuff, you know. And again, see here, I'm gesture drawing, you know. I'm just kind of like, okay, this is the position, this is where I'm going to place this stuff. But again, this is all just quick detail, you know. We're just gonna we're capturing the positioning first, and then we'll worry about all the detail later. But see, we got the rough idea. You know where we're going with this. And I'm drawing anatomy parts. So shoulders, biceps, forearms, legs, you know. So basically, and these lines that I just drew, I just kind of showing like he's hunched over, kind of like this, you know. You're drawing a few little, there's the belly, there's the rib cage, that kind of stuff. And that's just kind of what I was showing you here too, that, you know, we're just drawing hunched over parts just to give you more dynamic, you know, a feel for something a little different. So we're going to keep this one short. I just wanted to show you, just, you know, practice shapes, practice positioning, you know. And what I usually do, I don't start with the head. I usually start with the barrel of the body. I think of where I'm going to go, and I start, you know, working on how would it look in this position, you know. So I'm doing a lot of the hunched over character like that. But just, it's like, you know, stick figures too. Stick figures will tell you that we'll do one kind of jumping out. So I'm gonna do like this. It's gonna arch the back. You know, that means I'm gonna have the sticks out like this. This one's out like that. The head's gonna be up at an angle like this. And we'll just do this arm back like he's flying. This arm's down here like this. And again, see how stick figures, they help you. Don't be afraid of you know, using a stick figure first to guide you as to what the positioning is going to be, you know. It helps get you there, and then you can worry about fleshing it out later, you know. So practice your stick figures, practice shapes is what you want to do, you know. You're going to work on the shape of it, where it's going to go, and then you can worry about, you know, the details. So again, see, I'm just playing with the shapes. I'm still not even adding details. I'm just playing with, okay, this is how these parts would look. And see, I even altered it as I was going. I was like, okay, that leg was way too long in that position. So it just helps to learn your anatomy shapes and build off of that, you know, and then you can worry about your detail. We'll give him a cape. And once you build off shapes like this, practicing the barrel, practicing, you know, the spine, then the pelvis, You know, once you build off that, then you can start to build the detail. But you gotta learn your shapes first. You gotta learn your anatomy, and then you can build off of that, okay? So we'll keep it short like this. We'll work more on detail later, but I want you to start practicing dynamic stick figures, you know? So even if it's just something simple as that. Look, that is better than this. See, that's just standing, that's okay, but practice the hunch. The hunch is a good, and it's a good dynamic practice, okay? Thinking where the hands are gonna be, thinking where the feet are gonna be. That's a better stick figure than that. So that's it, just practice on that, and we'll work more on this later. But for now, dynamic poses comes from you designing more dynamic stick figures, and we'll build off that. All right, awesome. You guys have a good day. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.